rise and grind and don't let nobody stop your shine. You gotta rise and grind and don't let nobody stop your shine. You gotta rise and grind and don't let nobody stop your shine. You gotta rise and grind and don't let nobody stop your shine. People don't know something, they'll speculate. If they think they know something, they'll fabricate. And if they know something, they'll just hate. But you gotta make it happen for you anyway. Make a move that makes a difference. Stop worrying about people, leave it to the senses. You gotta rise and grind and don't let nobody stop your shine. You gotta rise and grind and don't let nobody stop your shine. You gotta rise and grind and don't let nobody stop your shine. You gotta rise and grind and don't let nobody stop your shine.
Hello, welcome to the Showcase. I'm your host, Q Cherie, and this is TaNisha Hereast.
Yes.
How are you today?
I'm doing well, thank you.
All right, and she's famously known as Nisha, just in case you guys wanted to know. So great to have you on the show. Thank you so much for coming out today.
Thank you for having me.
Now, I know you're an actress, so I just want to know, who is your favorite actor or actress, and what type of role would you like to play with them?
I don't know what type of role I would like to play with them, but I would love the chance to act with Jada Pinkett and Taraji P. Henson. Those are two of my favorite. And as far as actor, I would say Idris Elba, Will Smith, Denzel Washington.
Those are some pretty classic choices.
Yeah.
I would ask, why would you choose them? But clearly, that's the creme de la creme. So what else can we say? And I just want to know, like, as far as an artist goes, what's your biggest motto?
As far as an artist, well, I do understand, and I believe in taking risks. So, like, most of my acting background comes from theater. And so, you know, that theater is happening here and now. So you make a choice and you go with it, you know. So you get it right or just be embarrassed. So it's just basically be confident in the risk that you take when you're on stage.
So, and that's a great point that you made. I've done some theater, and what would you say is probably the toughest part of being on stage as opposed to just being in a film?
One thing I think is the toughest thing is staying in character. Because sometimes things happen unexpectedly, and you have to react to it. You can't ignore it, but you still have to stay in character.
The audience loses their mind.
Right. So it's like, if you're Jessica and Jessica trips over a cup on the floor, you can't ignore the cup on the floor. Say, oh my God, I tripped over the cup, and respond the way Jessica would respond. So I think that's very important.
So stay in the character, you guys. That's for all you up-and-coming actors out there.
Exactly.
Please don't break character. Please, it is the worst thing in the world, and everybody sees it. So please, please don't do that.
And you know what? The thing is, like, when you lose character, that's how the audience know, oh, she messed up. She forgot a line. They don't know what the line is. They don't know if you forgot it or messed it up. Maybe Jessica has a stutter, or maybe she gets nervous and skips a word, or whatever the case may be. Just whatever happens, just flow with it and look like you meant to do it.
Now, that's a great point. Have you ever been in a character where you felt like the character that you, or the role that you played, was sort of reminding you of yourself a little bit, and you walked out of the role still kind of acting like that person?
Oh, you mean remaining in character off set?
Yes.
Yeah, because what happens to me is, like, I notice when I'm in a play, I've been in about maybe 4 plays so far, and lines in the play just so happen to come in my natural life. Like, it'll be something that the character says that I find myself saying a lot off stage. And something comes to mind of when something happened on stage. I tripped over a curtain on stage, and it was a trip, like a stumble, like I almost fell. Luckily, I didn't fall. But when I tripped, that particular character, it was from a play called Release the Kraken, a.k.a. the Ratchet play. And it talked about how the media highlights how black people are ratchet and ghetto, but then it shows that everybody has a little bit of ratchet behavior or different things that we would classify as ghetto. So in that role, I played the assistant with the clipboard, and my person who I worked for, she treated me like crap. You know, like she would talk bad to me, or she would, you know, pop me upside the head and things like that. So with the way she treated me, and when I tripped, I was supposed to come out on stage behind her, and she didn't, as a courtesy, hold the curtain. She didn't hold the curtain that was too long at that particular theater, and I tripped over the curtain. And so the way I responded in character, I said, oh, look how she's treating me. She don't even hold the curtain for me. Yes, see how she treat me, y'all? You know, but that wasn't a part of it. And then when I spoke to my, you know, my supporters who came to see the show, I asked them, like, did you know that I tripped, you know, when I did that? They was like, oh, no, I thought you meant to do that. I was like, no, I actually freaking almost fell. So I was able to stay in character and make it look like it was a part of it. So, yeah.
And just to let you guys know, I know that we don't have the full screen right now, but she's got a small body with a big personality. So don't let it fool you, okay? That's why you was coming for her with that curtain, but she had something for you, okay? Well, that's really cool. I just think that it's great that I've seen your monologues, and I feel like the amount of depth that you bring to the character is just on a whole nother level because it becomes so intense. Right now, she's so relaxed, you guys, but when you see her actually in the process is crazy. When you see her at work, she's amazing. So I just want them to know, like, where can they see you? Do you have any new projects coming up?
Yeah, actually, 2 nights ago, I was working on a sci-fi film where I played an assassin, so that was really cool. It was new. It's an indie film called Shocked, and it's directed by someone on my Facebook page. His name is Joseph Candove, and he's a great director. It was a really good experience working with him. I did a film last summer called Whisper, and that was directed by Howard Nash. So that should be showing sometime this summer. And I have an upcoming film coming next month. It's a film called Nightfall by Seven King. And in that film, it's going to take place in a village. It talks about a man who is juggling his home life and trying to battle desires of wanting to be romantically involved with men. So I play a close friend of the main character.
Wow, that's got to be really interesting. And it's called Nightfall?
Nightfall, yes.
You all, make sure you go see that. It's a must-see this summer. So please make sure that you buy your tickets. I would love to see it.
It's a film. So it's no tickets, but we're in the process of filming it. The one they can check this summer, it's called Whisper. So that's a film. It's a true story about a drug dealer. And it's a really cool project.
Wow, whisper. So we don't talk loud, we whisper, you guys. Just remember that. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, we all know, like,
we keep it real
things
quiet
we whisper
out
is worth
here.
hearing, right? Things we whisper is worth hearing. You don't want nobody to hear it just yet.
That's right, but it's coming to you like a ball of fire. So as you go in different places in your career, different points, what do you think the hardest thing is for you? Because you're a mom, you do it all. So what do you think the hardest part for you is getting over, or might even be a stumbling block as far as your career and juggling that life balance?
You said the right word. Balance is key. It's definitely about balance. You know, I work a full-time job. I am a mom of 3.
Wow.
I make time. I squeeze everything into the weekend, or, you know, after work. If I need to leave work a little bit early, I'll let my supervisor know, like, listen, I had this audition, I have this film I got to get to. If I could leave early on whatever day is needed. And luckily, they you know, they allow it. They respect it, and they allow me to do it. As long as I make up my time and my work is done, so I make sure my work is good, so I'm available to do my acting, because that's really what my passion is, honestly. You know, I work because I have to. I have to provide for my kids. Right.
We're all working towards that passive income, just so you know.
Yes.
She won't have to do it forever. And shout out to all the mothers who are doing it. You know, just like she said, it's all about making time for what you care about, what you love. So if you are out there right now and you're kind of going through it, I don't know if I can do this, and I have all these other things going on in my life. Just remember, if you really care about it, you'll make time for it. Even if it's 5-10 minutes a day, that could change into something amazing. And then on top of that, if your children see you doing it, then they're going to want to do it naturally. So even if you have children, it might be an opportunity for you to show them something that they can do and that they will aspire to be. So that's great as well, and you're very artistic and very beautiful, you guys. So we want to get into a little bit of her artistic ideas and pick her brain a little bit, because she has some of these great tattoos and they all mean something. So we definitely want to see what's going on.
So I have 7, and all of my tattoos can be shown or hidden, and that was done, you know, intentionally, because sometimes you got to cover them up. But I have a tattoo on the top part of my back. It's a West African symbol. It means it's called Sankofa, and it means the importance of going back to your past to learn from your mistakes. So we've all made some bad choices and their mistakes, but you know, they kind of make you who you are, and they change the way you view things. Another one I have here is it's embrace. I got that to symbolize embracing life as a whole, the good, the bad, and the ugly. And this one here, it says Nisha Bisha. It's a nickname given to me by my grandmother. She passed away now, but I got it when she was alive. She used to call me Nisha Bisha, and she was a lover of junk food. So I got the cupcake, and she was old. She was in her 80s. So I got a classic ring pop. So I thought that was good. And,
love ring pops.
Yeah, and I love my grandma.
I love my granny too, so I definitely understand.
And this is an Ambigram Tattoo. So this way you look at it, it says truth. And then this way it says hurts. You see? It didn't hurt that bad. And what else? What else? Oh, this one. This one doesn't have much meaning. I just thought it was beautiful, and I like where it's positioned. So I got that.
I love butterflies.
Yeah. And I got this. I got this less than a year ago. It's just it's a tattoo. It says breathe. I got that as a reminder, you know, when life gets overwhelming, just relax and breathe. Whatever it is that you're going through, you can get through it. You know.
And I think that's a very important concept.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of times we go through things and we focus too much on what we're going to do about it or what's the next step. But sometimes we just have to relax and take a deep breath and breathe. Because to be quite honest, you're not going to know everything. And like you said, life is a journey. Sometimes you make good decisions, sometimes you make bad ones. But the point is to get over them and to just breathe for a second and realize that if you take the time, everything will work itself out. So that's really great. That's a really great concept. And also, as far as your art is concerned, I want to make sure that we touch on this while I have you here, because you were telling me about something, and I just think that it's amazing. You guys, she writes her own stuff. Okay, so what is a piece that you're working on right now, and why is it so important to you?
Okay, so I'm glad you asked about that, because I definitely wanted to talk about it. I'm working on a short film. It's called I actually don't have a title for it, but it's about globophobia. So when you hear that, you think something to do with the globe and the world, but it actually is just a fear of balloons. So I wrote that to have myself starring in it, because I decided to be more proactive and create more roles for self rather than waiting for a role to fall in my lap, because it doesn't happen that way.
This is true.
Basically, it's about a woman who has a severe fear of balloons, and her closest friends don't know about it. So somehow she's been able to mask it and keep it hidden until the day of her birthday, and that's when everyone finds out. And then she kind of educates her friends on what globophobia is and what, you know, how she ended up being globophobic. And so what inspired me to write it was that I wanted to pick something that you don't really hear too much about. A lot of times when I read, you know, original written pieces by some of my peers, they're topics that I hear a lot. So I was like, I want to stand out. Like, what can I write about that nobody really touched base on? And I was like, I want to pick a phobia. I'm like, okay, which phobia? Not a fear of heights, not a fear of clowns, you know, just something that you don't hear of. So I was like, I'm either going to do globophobia or a fear of stuffed animals. And I decided to do balloons.
Wow, stuffed animals. That would be a good one too.
Yeah, yeah.
Those are some really interesting topics. I've never even thought about the fact that people would be afraid of balloons.
Right.
But that was the first thing when you said that. I was like, how did they get through anybody's birthday without anybody noticing?
So like it makes you think, let's say if you have a friend that you invite her to parties, a kid's party, and she's like, oh no, I'm busy, I can't, you know. When you notice, it's like every time I invite her to certain environments, she says no, but I wonder why. And then you'll kind of start looking at people different. Maybe she has globophobia.
Wow. And that also opens it up to another point as far as just in general. A lot of times that's something that I would have never thought of. And I'm sure there's probably some people out here that have never thought of it either.
Right.
But sometimes we ask people to do things and we wonder why they're so hesitant to do them.
Right.
But it actually is a bigger meaning. So that's cool to know.
And let me point something out to you. You know, when you watch the Oprah Winfrey show, right? And she's always giving away stuff. And other shows, they have the balloons falling down, the confetti and whatnot. Why have we never seen any balloons falling down with the giveaways? She actually confessed, I heard somewhere that she actually has globophobia. So
wow.
I was like, wow, that's interesting, you know? And how did she work through that?
That would be really interesting to know. And I always wanted to know how to pick Oprah's brain. I mean, who wouldn't want to pick Oprah's brain?
Right?
She's a genius, and
so
she's made a platform herself.
Exactly.
Hello?
How did you become a millionaire? Tell me so I can follow.
Look, you don't even have to tell me. Show me, because I'm going to follow you like a shadow.
Right? Exactly.
Because just amazing. Her story, everything about her, the way she started out is just really good and very inspiring, especially for women. Now, I did shout out to all the mothers out there, but also shout out to the fathers doing it, because I know somebody's going to be out there looking at me like, wait a minute, I'm taking care of my children and I'm trying to juggle this too. You're right. You're doing a great job. So we want to make sure that we get in touch bases with everybody, because we love everybody at the Showcase. But yeah, no, I definitely agree with you. It would just be interesting to talk to her and kind of see, you know, how does she feel, and how does she feel at this point in her life? So Oprah, if you're listening, what's going on with you? How do you feel at this point in your life, knowing that you came from where you came from and you came up to what you came up to?
Right.
Well, that is all the time that we have today. But it was so lovely talking with you. Please let us everybody know, where can they find you on social media?
So on Instagram, my name is EmbraceJoy100, and on Facebook, it's TaNisha Hereast, and my last name is spelled Hereast.
Thank you. Well, thank you so much, TaNisha Hereast. We really appreciate you coming on the show today. And to everybody else, until next time, let's talk about it.
Yes. Hey, my name is TaNisha Hereast, and I've just interviewed on the Showcase. You should come around one night. Come watch your husband blubbering into his pillow. His big thing at the moment is how upset his parents are. Apparently, they all worshipped you and can't understand why you had to ruin everything. Why don't you go back to him? You're even beautiful when you're angry. The perfect woman. It's taken me 5 months to convince myself that you're not better than me. Why did you do it? There's always a moment. I can give in to this, I can resist this. There's always a moment. I don't know when yours was, but I know there was one. No, I didn't fall in love. I chose him. I remember looking into his briefcase, and I found these sandwiches. And I remember thinking, I would love this charming man who cuts off his crust. Do the right thing, Anna.
Welcome. How are you?
I'm fine.
How has everything been going so far?
Everything's been going productive. That's the way.
Productive. It has, because I've been stalking her on Instagram, you guys, and she's been doing so many things. I'm like, when did this girl sleep? Like, it's crazy. But we're so glad to have you here. And I want to get to know a little bit more about what you're doing. I know you just dropped your new single, Risk It All.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about that.
So basically, Risk It All is a song that I decided to release you know, basically relating to like our generation and, you know, the reasons why it's kind of difficult for certain individuals to find their future spouse because they don't really get to take the time
Very
to
difficult.
actually, like, they don't take the time to actually get to know their spouse. And so it's basically to promote safe sex. I created the song with today's generation, like the taste of today's generations, you know, like their taste in music. And so like what I try to do when I write songs is write songs that are relatable, that I see other people in life go through, but still make it in a way where it sounds like up to beat, like, you know, like mumble rap in a way, because let's face it, like today's generation, like their attention span is very short. So
absolutely. And if you not on their wavelength within the first 15 seconds of the beat, it doesn't even matter what you're saying.
Right.
Does not even matter.
But still being able to like send a message, you know.
And absolutely. Is there gonna be a campaign behind this song? Or
yes, I don't want to spoil it, but yes, I do have a lot of things that I am planning to push. So yeah.
Well, she won't tell us any of the little secrets yet, you guys, but definitely keep tuned to V Major. We definitely want to see what she has coming up next. And you're a songwriter, but you are also many other things. Tell us about some of the other things that you do.
So not only am I a songwriter, I am a radio host for The Selected Few. We air each and every Tuesday from 12 to 3. So stay in tune for that. Stay in tune for the interviews. What else do I do? I'm also an admin. You know, you got to have your side hustle.
Absolutely.
I'm also an admin at Platinum Sound Studios, where all the stars and all the celebrities go. So, yeah.
What's your favorite part about your day job?
Honestly, getting to see like the hobbies of certain I wouldn't say it's hobbies, but like more of their behaviors. Like when I see a celebrity come in and I see how they move and how they act, and you know, I don't really get to see get to be in the recording studio with them, but I still get to witness like celebrities come in, and as I collect payment, do all the extra stuff. No, actually, my favorite part
at the door, by the way.
At the
Make
door.
sure you have your money. Them coins better be.
So the other day I met this cutie in the train station, trying to spit game, said I ain't no play. Station, my you fierce, I like, what's your name? Baby, I replied, I had to kill you, he chuckled, you crazy, not for real. Can I get a minute? Baby, please just listen, I'll change your perception. I like them ballin' niggas, believe me when I say that I am different. That's where that I am different. Why you be my boyfriend? What's your intentions? Is there a limit? What's your decision? How long will you stay? I need precision. Will you ignore me? Kalima K Nice. Welcome to the showcase, baby. The showcase. Righteous minds. It's your time to shine. The showcase. Righteous minds. It's your time to shine.
You gotta rise and grind and don't let nobody stop your shine. You gotta rise and grind and don't let nobody stop your shine. You gotta rise and grind and don't let nobody stop your shine. You gotta rise and grind and don't let nobody stop your shine. People don't know something, they'll speculate. If they think they know something, they'll fabricate. And if they know something, they'll just hate. But you gotta make it happen for you anyway. Make a move that makes a difference. Stop worrying about people, leave it to the senses. You gotta gotta rise and grind and don't let nobody stop your shine. You gotta rise and grind and don't let nobody stop your shine. You gotta rise and grind and don't let nobody stop your shine. You gotta
second, now I'm always in first. Kayleen upholding righteous minds since the day of my rebirth.
Hi, it's Q Cherie here. Do you have your own business? Are you trying to promote it? Let's talk about it on the Showcase on Thursdays at 6:30.
Hi, I'm Keita P, singer-songwriter based in Brooklyn, and I have just been showcased. Hi, I'm Keita P. I'm a singer-songwriter from Brooklyn, and I'm on Plus Size to Thrive.
Show business is so easy. So beautiful.
Hi, I'm Joga, and I've been on the Showcase.
Righteous Minds Entertainment, your source for all your video production needs. We provide video recording, video commercials, DVD encoding for DVD 5 and DVD 9 formats, full-color DVD printing, TV spots, music videos, video conversion of PAL to NTSC, and video press kits. For more information, contact us at 646-210-2982. That's 646-210-2982. Or email us at righteousminds1@gmail.com. Righteous Minds Entertainment.